I realized I don't have to just do one thing. I can do a lot of different things. You can be good at a lot of different things. But you don't know that you're good at a lot of different things unless you try a lot of different things. And when I looked around and I kind of just realized how the world goes around, it's all based off of creativity. It's all based off of ideas. It's all based off of thought-provoking, then groundbreaking opportunities. But the simplest things have come from an idea. From your chair, to your table, to your wheel, to your light bulb, to your car, to your plane, to your helicopter, to the idea of a hotel, from hotels going to a place of people renting out houses and Airbnbs, to taxis, to then people driving their own cars. And these are all ideas. And the groundbreaking thought that I had in realizing all these ideas is that these ideas have the potential to touch the sky if a person believes that they can. If a person believes that they can, well, your world of idea changes. Your reason for getting up, your reason for putting your feet on the ground every morning, it can change if you believe that the purpose that you now have and that you're working towards, based off of an idea, is something that you can succeed in. I grasped that understanding and I attached it to everything that I tried to do. I did not set out to be the actor, the director, the writer, the producer, the CEO, the chairman, the advisor. I did not set out to do any of these things. And I'm gonna make it very clear, I don't have the educational background for any of these things. What I had was an idea to try. And after you get an idea to try, what I had was the patience to sit and listen. Be a sponge. Learn. Figure it out. And figuring it out, there was another side of not being okay with the incomplete version of figuring out the thing that I didn't do. Well, why did I go ask all these questions if I'm not going to try it now that I know how?
Yeah.
All right, well, let me try it. The only consequence is failure. By the way, not trying is failing.
Yeah, well said.
I want to make that very clear.
Well said, yeah.
Not trying is failing. There's a lot of things that people can't do simply because you've never tried to do it. And I'm not saying that you should try everything. I'm not saying that you're supposed to do everything. I'm saying that for me, when someone says something and I go, no, I never did that. I have to have a reason for why I've never done it and a justification. If you ask me something and I go, no, and you just say why, and I go, that's not good enough for me.
Yeah.
I like to have a reason why. And that's the foundation that I stand on. That's how I built this mindset, this level of energy to go ahead. Rhyme and reason within my why. Why not?
Yeah.
It's the Russ again. I love you to death, my brother. It's the one that got away from me. And you're a genius for saying it because it's so simple, but yet so profound.
Yeah.
So everything that I'm doing or that I'm attempting to do is because I started so much and I'm just trying to finish it.
Yeah.
And I like the fact that I'm 43 and I still got energy behind what it is that I'm trying to do.
Yeah. It sounds like it's like where you're going is not as important as who you're growing into for that direction.
Oh my God.
Like the person that you're evolving into, the things you have to learn, the things you have to be surrounded by. And I think that's the part that I get excited about. It's like, yeah, like you said, whether you get there, whatever there is or not, and it's not just the journey and the destination, because I think that's the old cliche, but what I'm really hearing from you is the person you grow into, the people you surround yourself by in order to reach this big goal. That is so fulfilling. And that pursuit is worthy, right? The pursuit is the happiness.
It's everything.
Yeah.
Jay, I've said this before, and you'll hear so many people say it, that come from where I've come from, the bottom, or what's considered to be the bottom. We are not stereotypically supposed to be in the rooms that we're in. And when we say that, there's a level of comfort, right? We're not supposed to be in these rooms. And it's kind of cliche when you say it. When you start to get in these rooms, you go, wow, why are we not supposed to be in these rooms, right? Like, it's so amazing when you get to the other side, you see the other side, and you look back and you just look at what you've grown from. The conversations that I'm able to have, the knowledge that I'm able to speak with, and the understanding. I understand, not because I'm a trained machine and I spent all of this time prepping for, and this is what the idea of education was all based off of. No. The idea of discovery enhanced the muscle that made me want for so much more information in the space of life that I chose to love. So in entertainment and business, the level of failures that I have had, that I'm still having in some regard, the world of fixing, cleaning up, making better, understanding, growing, relationships, building, there is nothing more intriguing to me than being able to turn around and look at Kevin at the age 22 and then looking at Kevin at the age 43. This was not the plan. What are you talking? Every day is a new day, and every day I found another thing to be excited about. Every day I found another goal that I decided to attach to my tree. And that tree got so many branches on it right now. And so many people say you're doing so much, or why do you do so much? How do you do so much? What's the end game? What's the goal? The game is being in the game, right? Like it's being in the game. The foundation that I'm trying my best to create, I hope and pray that these 4 kids that I have, that they look at it, they see that they understand. We just got a shot at something different. We got a shot at generational wealth. We got a shot at changing the quote unquote trajectory within our culture of opportunity. We got a shot to make this normal. Once again, I'm looking past me. I'm looking at the bigger piece to the plan. My kids got a bigger shot at breaking ground and making this normal, because other kids that look like us, that came from where we come from and that grew up how I grew up, will now have a different level of association for what can be achieved. If it's based off of what I was able to do, I'm igniting a different level of thought, a different level of want, a different level of motivation and inspiration. I'm inspiring at a different level.
Absolutely.
When I get there and at the last second I miss it and I fall, I got there. I got there, and all that does is show them that they can get there. They're not gonna miss.
And they can go further.
They can go further. They're not gonna miss.
Yeah.
They're equipped with too much of the weapons. I've equipped you along the way with so much, so you're prepared for all this war that's coming up here. You're not gonna miss. Dad might miss. Dad might fall. You're not. And the kids coming up from under them, they're not gonna miss. But you have to have this energy. It's bigger than me.
What's that one mindset that you're trying to pass on to that next generation, your kids, the kids that come after that? Because it sounds like, while you were honest in saying, look, I didn't know I was going to be a writer, director, an entrepreneur, a CEO. I didn't have the education, as you said. But it sounds like you have the mindset. That's very clear. We know that. But there's some core skills here that it sounds like you've invested in very deeply and that you're trying to pass on. If you could narrow them down to 1, 2, or 3 for us, what would you say are the skills that you like, this is how I want my kids to be able to operate in this way? And that's what they need.
The best skill that I have developed is the skill of noticing and understanding that nothing is done by one individual. No level of success is reached by one person, right? Like there is a team effort that goes into the smallest moment of success to the largest. And the person that wants the rewards and the accolades for it all, and that doesn't embrace the world of team and the foundation that stands underneath whatever that thing is a person that won't last long. The thing that I am most thankful for, and the thing that I'm glad that it has just improved over the course of time, is the world of inclusion with the we. There's no I. And I hope that that's what I'm passing down to my kids, is that, you know, nothing is given, everything is earned. And for things to be earned correctly, you know, you have to surround yourself with people that you can not only earn with, but that will support and embrace along the way, right? I have an amazing team. I hope that my team grows to be the stars of tomorrow. From execs to creatives to talent to writers, producers, directors, everybody that's underneath this umbrella of Heartbeat Ventures, of the brands and the brand partnerships and the space of entertainment and this ecosystem within media that we've created. We flourish because they flourish. And knowing that, identifying that, and trying my best to support that, that's the thing that I have had to work on. And when we talk about monsters, Jay, there was a I monster.
Yeah.
There was a I need to do it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make the call.
Me first. As well.
No. Everybody move. Watch out. I'm gonna show y'all how to do it. I'm gonna take the meeting. Here, we're not listening to that. We're gonna do it my way. There was this heavy thing of me, I. Get out the way, Kevin. Get out the way and let other people be great. They're only going to make this thing greater. You're prohibiting that by trying to stand in a moment of great so that people can look and point at you. Let other people do the thing that they were brought here to do. And while they do it, align yourself with them, embrace them, support them. And as they grow, we grow. That's the thing that I flourish in the most, which is why the first thing that I asked you,
yeah.
Think about it. The first thing that I asked you when we're here and we're setting up, I said, how long have you guys been together?
Yeah.
That's just me asking because I want to see what the world of your team is.
Yes,
and when you say what you say, well, there's no coincidence that the level of success comes with a relationship that's evolved from day to said date.
Yes.
It comes with an understanding. It comes with a level of community. More importantly, a want for success, but we have it together because we're embracing the world. It's not just one.
I love that you went there, man. Like that, there could have been so many ways to answer that question. And the fact that you brought it back to being bigger than you, I mean, that mindset is everything, but it's so easily missed because we grow up in a dog-eat-dog society. We grow up in a you versus me. I feel like when I speak to people in the entertainment industry as well for years, especially if you were a minority or a person of color, you were put against the only other person of color.
Absolutely.
And so it's like there can be only one person of color comedian. There can only be one person of color actor, right? Like it's all divided.
I
and
just
so
talked about this. I
really?
just talked about this. It was,
oh wow.
It's, you know, Dave, Chris, myself, we're very close.
Yeah.
And
I love seeing that. That makes me happy. Yeah.
The reason why we're so close is because, you know, there is no competition. We're not competing with one another. And, you know, we all have different level of success that makes sense for us, right? Like one success has nothing to do with the other.
Yeah.
And the support, the love that we give each other, that we embrace each other with, it's all done with the understanding that we can all exist at the same time.
Yeah.
And the conversation of there can only be one is one that we've created as a culture. Like, you know, we really do pit our own against our own, right? We really have done it throughout the time. And by the way, there's nothing wrong with competition. There's nothing wrong
Absolutely.
with wanting to be the best. There's nothing wrong with that conversation.